this situation with Bill Belichick and his girlfriend? I mean, holy moly, this chick is a piece of work. Quite a piece of work. So 24 years old, she wants to be Miss Maine in the Miss USA pageant. You're talking to a former Miss New Hampshire in the Miss America pageant. Anyway, she wants to be Miss Maine. She's running for Miss Maine. She's taken up with Bill Belichick, and there was this really bizarre interview. I mean, really bizarre interview that she did with CBS Sunday Morning. Hey, there you go. Just replace 60 Minutes with Sunday Morning. They're doing more interesting stuff. She turned out to be like the girlfriend from hell. Everybody's reacting to this. So very pretty girl, right? 24 years old. She is 49 years his junior. So at first you might think, oh, you know what? Like, okay, good for him. You know, he's living later in life and whatever. That poor foolish girl, 24 years old, you know, whatever. She's wasting her life, but who cares? It's none of my business. And then you see this clip and you start to think, wow, is he okay? Like, is he in some kind of hostage type relationship? Because she seems pretty darn mean. Like really, really mean, just saying. And you know, I'm not the only one. The New York Times picked up on this story. They're saying this was really awkward. Bill Belichick's girlfriend takes charge in awkward interview. Like, what is she doing taking charge? Is she his nurse? I mean, she's a very, very aggressive nurse, shall I say, if that's in fact her position. The legendary football coach has never shared much with the news media, but on Sunday it was Jordan Hudson who shut down a line of questioning. So she was pretty brutal in this, and if you haven't seen it, you got to see it, because she basically cuts off the reporter. He starts to ask a pretty innocuous question. She's talked about how they met on a plane on her own social media platforms, and she wouldn't allow it to happen. Take a look.
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
Ouch, right? That might have been the Boston Globe that I just showed you. But, I mean, ouch, ouch, ouch. So she was really not in a good place. And what has come out subsequently, in part through some of the TMZ reporting, is that she was really, really demanding throughout the whole thing. And at one point she left the room. She expected him to come with her. She was quite difficult throughout all of it. And so people are left asking why. Well, now she's coming out and saying that, you know, this is not her fault. So she's trying to save herself. Again, you just look at it and you're like, wow, you are one selfish chick, right? UNC, by the way, is kind of worried. So UNC is the team he's coaching down in North Carolina right now, and he came from the Patriots. And, you know, I pay special attention because I'm a New Hampshire, New England girl, so this was interesting to me. And I was really kind of surprised to see this, and I'm actually, like, worried for him. I mean, I'm with UNC. Like, people are worried. But she's been tough, and now she's coming out in People magazine, and she's releasing a bunch of emails, including from him, in order to defend herself. Yeah, okay, and she said there's more coming. It's like, wow. Okay, so this is the email that she released. And this is an email from Bill. They actually had everybody's emails on this. I took it out because I didn't think it was that appropriate to have everybody's email addresses on there. But he's writing, you know, I don't think this is fantastic, but it will probably hype the book, which is clearly the ongoing theme here. This is about what I expect from the media. We went through how important it was for me to put you know what, upped in the book. And of course, this is the feature of this article, which is mostly about admitting mistakes mistakes and talking about a Super Bowl mistake. So this is getting back to, the fact that he didn't do that well. Robert Kraft had to fire him, the Patriots. He writes, I am fine with putting mistakes in the book, but I am certainly not surprised that of the 260 plus pages, that is what they would highlight. And I effed up is the clickbait they used for the story. We'll see what the title of the article is. What I noticed has been conveniently left out. Do we have approval on that? I would approve this article if we can also approve the headline, which is actually more important than the article. We can expect that the interviews and podcasts that will be supposedly driving the sales will also come from similar experiences. These appearances will no doubt want to focus on whatever negatives they can extract from the book and all the current events that don't have anything to do with the book, but are most relevant to their quote ratings and their agenda, which is not mine. That was evident when Alirud dropped the story because we could not do current events at UNC. We'll see how many people want to talk about the $5,000 bill for spoiled milk, blah, blah, blah. He said, I have no doubt the I effed up will not be the main focus of Ray Dalio's book and Susie Welch in my conversations with them. Oh, interesting. I think that he's just going on to Ray Dalio, and he's the Bridgewater guy, and Susie Welch's show or pieces he's doing. And he probably thinks that it will be a little bit more substantive an interview there, but he didn't have a lot of faith clearly in CBS. And I'll tell you, I don't blame him, right? Like, I get it. This is what the media does. He wants to say, look, I'll acknowledge I made mistakes, of course, but upped is the catchphrase, and that's concerning to me. And so apparently this is why the girlfriend was allegedly involved. She wanted to, quote unquote, protect him from the media. I mean, that's, I guess, a good story if you can stick to it. We'll see. I'm mainly just kind of worried for him. Seems like a sweet, nice old man, and now he's got this girlfriend from hell who's basically making him do yoga and stuff on the beach. Did I show you that one? Oh, yeah, yoga on the beach. She calls this Pilates. She has him, standing her up there on the beach. He doesn't really like Instagram or social media in general, but she's 24 and she's running for Miss Maine. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you guys, be careful what you wish for, okay? The 24-year-old may not be what you really want in life. It could go really south, really fast. And obviously there might be just a little something wrong with her, right? If she's willing to date a man 49 years her senior, just saying.